we're a salty nation, with experts now calling on mandatory limits in foods.
We're often consuming it, though, without even knowing it. So nutritionist Amelia Phillips is here to break it all down for us. Good morning, Amelia.
Hey, morning.
Firstly, how much salt are we consuming and what are the risks associated?
Well, the Grattan Institute has just released a report to show that we're basically eating double the amount of salt that we should be. Okay, so men are eating 10 grams a day when they should be eating 5, and women are eating 9.6. So that's double, and it's got a lot of associated health risks with it, particularly around heart disease and increasing our blood pressure as well. So you can have symptoms like headaches, fatigue, dizziness, autoimmune flare-ups if you get kind of achy joints.
I'm not putting extra salt on my meals, Amelia. Where is this salt coming from?
Well, absolutely. Well, interestingly, it's not from our kitchen table. It's actually coming from the packaged foods that we eat. So 85% of our extra salt is coming from packaged foods, and sometimes the healthy foods as well, not just the junk foods.
Well, talk us through some of the secret ones that we don't realise we're consuming.
All right, look, I'm going to start with the obvious because this is a bit of a benchmark. So, for example, Doritos are really high in salt, as we would know, but interestingly, popcorn has half the amount of salt. So if you're going to go for your chippy type foods, go for the popcorn because straight away you've got half. Okay, your deli meats, unfortunately, I do not have a healthy swap for you. Okay? Every single deli meat is extremely high in salt.
Are you saying we have to swap it out for a carrot?
No, look, I'll get to the healthy foods in a moment, but particularly with your deli meats, I would much prefer you to shave off a bit of your steak from the night before, have that in your wrap, or your chicken. Just if salt's an issue for you, get rid of all deli meats. Okay, you want me to blow your mind?
Yes, please.
This
It's a crumpet.
Crumpet, and it's a wholemeal, healthier crumpet, has the same amount of salt in it as the chips right here.
No way.
Yeah, exactly the same. 300 milligrams. Okay, so and I just want to also, just to be clear, so this is in the middle, and this bread here has the same amount as popcorn. So I just want to be clear, even though it's healthy and bread's very healthy, just know that it is packed with salt.
So what's the best kind of bread?
Okay, this would be the best. So in this situation, this is the lowest bread. This one has around 300 milligrams per.
What about tin food? We think that tin food's good. I eat all this stuff all the time.
So with your tin food and lentils and everything is great, but you've got to rinse it really well, okay? Because the reason why the shelf life is so good is because it's in salt water. So you've got to rinse these really well.
I wonder it tastes so good from the can.
Yes, and the same with your pasta sauces. So this pasta sauce here has around 300 milligrams, yet...
So add water to it? Or
no, this dice has less than 15 milligrams. 300, 15. So please, just chop up an onion, some carrots, get 2 tins of tomatoes, there's your pasta sauce, and you're saving yourself so much salt.
Breakfast cereals, we're often concerned about sugar, but where's the salt?
Yeah, so Weet-Bix, interestingly, and I went through all the shelves of cereals, Weet-Bix was one of the highest salt. Yeah, and this little puppy here, less than 15 milligrams, so virtually none.
Okay.
So really low. So oats, we love oats. Us nutritionists, you must get sick of us talking about oats. But interestingly, Weet-Bix actually was a culprit. Okay, so I know we think it's so healthy, but there are lower salt alternatives.
Okay,
cheeses.
So basically, the harder cheeses that have the longer shelf life is high in salt. Okay, the softer cheeses like your ricotta and your bocconcini have half the amount of salt in them. Okay, so try to go for those softer cheeses.
I don't want to throw you here, but what about salt?
I'm so glad you asked me that, David, because there is a type of salt
Not all
called
salts are equal.
tart salt. So this salt, and I've got it there. If you don't believe me, stick your finger in there. Tell me if that tastes any worse than regular salt. Can you tell the difference?
No, I can't taste the difference.
Okay, so it's got 56%
I don't know what the
less
street value
salt.
of that is, but
56% less salt, and it's got potassium.
It's really salty.
Yeah, of course. It's salt, David.
You probably need less of salt than that. That tastes more salty than salt.
So if you have potassium, if you have veggies with your food, veggies are really high in potassium, that balances out the sodium. So this, for example, has potassium in it as well, and that stops your body leaching all the potassium out of your body.
Okay, finally, tell me which peanut butter to give to my children.
Okay, so all these spreads, peanut butter, there are always the less salt, or Vegemite, there's the less salt. So always go for the less salt. version of it, and they may whinge when they first have it, but they'll get used to it.
That's really interesting, isn't it? We just do a little bit of exploring on the
Swaps.
package, you know, little swaps that makes a difference. That salt is really good.
Yep.
I
Thanks,
recommend
Amelia.
it.
No
Thanks,
worries.
salt is really good.
I just
That's a
didn't
great
even
sentence.
throw all that. I just did the salt.
Just go straight salt. Coming up, how to get pre-owned treasures for cheap. Join our glamorous garage sale next.